is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin, Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Coming to you from Radio Row in San Francisco. Super Bowl week on this Friday. And man, oh man, we're going to get right into it. We'll get back, let everybody know about everything. But we got a special guest here with us, Christian McCaffrey, the running back from the San Francisco 49ers, who was supposed to be here for the Super Bowl, Christian. You know that.
He didn't smile. He was like,
he knows.
He didn't smile. He was like, yeah, I know. Why'd you bring that back up?
But I do want to say congratulations, comeback player of the year in the NFL. Congrats, Mazel Tov. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate you having me.
No, appreciate it, man. Let's talk about comeback player of the year for you. We know how much you mean to your team, how much, we talk about usage rate. They use it so much, receiver, running, all types of stuff. What's it feel like to be back out there? And I want to ask you, in a season where so many guys were nicked up and banged up, but you guys made the most of it as far as you could get. Obviously, you would love to have been here, but.
Yeah, it's a weird year. Anytime you lose so many key guys like that, it can be really tough. And I've seen it decimate teams. I've seen it, kind of be a throw in the towel kind of year. That wasn't the case for us. We had, I think it's a testament to the coaches, to the culture, the leaders on the team, to, when stuff like that happens, to watch the depth step up in such big ways as they did. Rookies step up in massive ways. Guys that we traded for mid-season, guys who showed up week 4, week 15. I think everybody was bought into the same standard, and that's what made it really fun. Obviously, as you said, it didn't end the way we wanted to, but it's a season that I'll always be proud to be a part of because of the guys in that locker room.
Yeah, you guys had a chance of playing all the games here, and then the Super Bowl obviously being here in your home park and whatnot. But as far as your career, battling through injuries and all kinds of stuff and still being able to be productive and do what you've been able to do, how tough is that? Do you ever say, my goodness, how great would it be if I could just play football and not be nicked up as much as you have been?
Yeah, look, nobody wants to get hurt. That's something that is part of the game, though. I've never talked to a guy that plays in the NFL that hasn't dealt with some sort of adversity, whether it be injury, whether it be stuff in their personal life. That's life, and I think that's definitely it puts an exclamation on it in football. It kind of heightens all those senses. But I feel so grateful for everything I've been through, the peaks, the valleys. I don't regret anything, man. I've found out so much about myself, so much about football. I think God's put me in some amazing situations where I felt so low and so down, and I was asking myself why, and I fast forward a couple of years, and I thank God. I'm like, okay, that's why. That's why I had to go through some of those things in order to come out on top. And it's all, it's all a part of the journey. Life has a weird way of doing that, and I think the more you can just show up every day, work your ass off, man, and trust the process, time kind of tells everything. And so that's kind of been my journey. I'm thankful for it all. Obviously, wish I never got hurt, but that's part of it, and I know I'm not alone in that.
I want to follow up on that really quickly. I remember my mom telling me, my mom's passed away, but her telling me I was going through one of those, why me, why? And she said, you should ask yourself, why can you see? Why can you think? Why can you breathe? Why can't, all these things. She said, those are the whys you should be asking you because everybody doesn't have that.
That's true.
And it changed my life. It really, really did. So that connected with me.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yep,
no doubt.
Christian McCaffrey here on behalf of Visa with the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin.
I've had a visa problem. Mine got declined a couple times. Can you help me, Christian?
Is that a visa problem?
Yeah, that's all those bets.
That's a Rob problem, right?
That's
a Rob problem.
Bets and those shoes he's bought since we've been here. Let me ask you this. Rob just gave you the lesson. I've had similar lessons as well. What about you having a father who played the game? What was that like preparation-wise? Getting you locked in could have been from high school to college and obviously to the pros. How helpful has it been? Maybe it's been challenged at all for some reason, but what's that experience been like?
It's been incredible, man. I think, I'm a dad now, and being a dad, I have a newfound respect for both my dad and my mom, the way we grew up. I have 3 brothers, and from a preparation standpoint, man, it's, things change over time, the way training is, the way, food, all that stuff.
Right.
Things are constantly changing, but the thing that I learned so much from my dad was, how to fight for every little percent that you can get an advantage. And that's something that's true to this day. And he really, that's how he was in his career. He played 13 years. He, won 3 Super Bowls and did so many great
things.
things.
That's a long time in the NFL. Right?
Long time, man, long time. And he maximized so much, and he showed us, he showed us the ropes from a young age on, not just how to do things, but how to think about things. It was almost, the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't teach him how to drink.
Right.
I felt like he taught us how to drink, and he taught us how to. By the way, that's not the saying, is it? It's fish, something with.
No, you can. No, you got to write.
Like I just butchered it, but
that's another one.
Yeah. It made sense, but you know what I mean.
No,
no, it was bars. It was still bars. It was still bars.
No, but I think he, that was some of the stuff that he taught us, and the world's evolving, football's evolving, training's evolving, all these other things are evolving. But point is, can you find every little way to make yourself that much better so that you can maximize your potential?
Two things real quick about the running back position. A couple years ago, it's almost like they were phasing it out.
Yeah,
like the running backs didn't matter. Nobody was signing running backs. Didn't want to pay a running back.
Weren't drafting them early anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
But it made a resurgence because football, you have to run the football. I don't care how much you throw when you do, what kind of wide receivers. You have to run the football. But the other part is, I was going to say, the second part of that was MVP. We talk about it all the time. If you're not a quarterback, you're not winning the MVP in the NFL, and it didn't used to be like that. I've been covering the league since 1987. Running backs used to win MVP.
Yeah, I don't know where the running back position started to get disrespected. It was a weird 3 or 4 years.
Yes.
I feel like we're on a resurgence again.
I totally agree.
But from a value standpoint, I feel like the running backs are still extremely undervalued. You got receivers making mid-30s, $40 million a year. Now, that's 20 more than the highest paid running back.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And when you look at the value that some of these guys bring to their team.
Don't be humble. You.
Well, you look around the league. It's the Bijans, it's the Jahmyr Gibbs, it's the Saquons. It's all. The offense is running through them. Derrick Henry to me is such a fascinating person to watch when it comes to that, because I've always felt like, if you're a defensive coordinator and you're playing against a guy like Derrick Henry, that's the number one guy. You're circling him. Mm-hmm. He's a guy just finished his 10th year, had 1,500 rushing yards and 16 touchdowns. And for some reason, nobody talks about it.
No,
that's an unbelievable season.
Was that last year that he got no votes? Remember for the MVP? He had an unbelievable season.
Right, but it's guys like that, and I use him as an example, but they've been dominant for their entire careers. They've been a focal point of every offense they've ever been on, and you see that throughout the entire league now. And a lot of the best teams, they can run the ball. All these guys are able to catch out of the backfield now. And so, to a point, I feel like it's such an important position, and guys are slowly kind of resurging into being valued not just by our peers and all that stuff, but in the markets. But I think there's still a long way to go. I don't know when it started, but I'm glad to see some recognition being brought back.
Real quick, 30 seconds for me here. Brock Purdy, how much does it mean to have him locked in, signed in, and that's your guy? I'm not going to point the elbow. Some people don't always have issues with him. Oh, I didn't see you here, Rob. I didn't see you here. Rob.
No, man. Brock's unbelievable. I speak for every single person on our team, man. When he's at the helm, we have a chance to win. And everything in our offense does start with him. And he's such an unbelievable player. Can make any throw, can escape, and plays with so much juice and confidence. And again, can't say enough good things about him.
All right.
This game, Super Bowl, going to be a blowout. Like everybody and their uncles picked Seattle except for me. But everybody and their uncles picked Seattle in a blowout.
Not a blowout.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Look, when you're not playing in the Super Bowl, you kind of just watch. You don't even think about it.
I think division rival. He doesn't like.
Yeah, you play with a lot of these guys too, though. You're not rooting. It's a weird deal. You kind of can't wait till that Monday morning. It's the official move-on date for the other guys that aren't playing. So I don't know, though. I be honest with you, I didn't watch any New England tape. I know they're in the Super Bowl, so rarely do you see blowouts in the Super Bowl. Right. So I don't know if we'll see, I guess. I think any team can win any week. I do know that in the NFL.
All right.
Christian, good answer. Hey, you're pretty good at this, man. You might have a career.
Congratulations again.
All the best to you in the Ram, brother.
Thanks so much. All right. Appreciate you having me.
Christian McCaffrey on behalf of Visa, appreciate you as always. All right. Well, we're just beginning. That's the start. That's the top of the show, Rob. We
Absolutely.
Still got a whole lot to get to out here on Day 5, Radio Row, the I Cup on a Funky /Back Friday.
That's right. And coming up next, the MVP voters got it wrong. I'll explain next.
Wow.
It is the odd couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
To hear the voters say what Rob Parker once upon a time said in the US of A.
I was wrong.
Hey, if you're facing a hiring headache, we know how that can be. Staffing your business is complex. High turnover, skills gaps, and ever-changing regulations can slow growth and drain resources. That is where Express Employment Professionals comes in. With decades of staffing expertise, Express connects you to a larger pool of qualified candidates, helping you reduce turnover and build the right size workforce. Get started at expresspros.com, and if you need to flex your staff for peak seasons or for special projects, Express Employment Professionals offers contract staffing so you can scale up or down with ease, preventing burnout and boosting productivity. Worried about compliance? Express stays on top of ever-changing employment laws. Express is recognized for excellence, earning clearly rated Best of Staffing Client and Talent Awards, plus the Diamond Award for Client Satisfaction. Don't let hiring challenges hold your business back. Visit expresspros.com to find your local office and discover how Express Employment Professionals can help you hire smarter and faster. If hiring is taking you away from growing your business, get the support you need from Express. Don't spend your time weeding through spam online applicants. Hire faster with Express. Express Employment Professionals, building your workforce, supporting your success.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew.
Rob G, we just had a couple conversations with some NFL stars and whatnot. We here at Super Bowl week, Radio Row, but there's still NBA. This happened last year. Remember, that's when the Luka dropped. Middle of this time last year, we were at the Super Bowl. So there's still some NBA moves and non-moves.
That's right. The NBA trade deadline came and went earlier today when we were having brunch with all the big bosses up here in San Francisco. And the big fish that we had been talking about for months as who's the guy who's most likely to get traded or the biggest name to get traded at the trade deadline was Giannis Antetokounmpo from the Milwaukee Buccaneers. There had been speculation for, about a year now, that Giannis was unhappy, that Giannis wants to win a championship, that the only thing he's motivated by these days is getting more rings on his finger. In fact, ESPN had said, hey, Giannis told him in the offseason, he told him as recently as a week and a half ago, I'm ready to be traded. Let's get me out of here. Let's do something that's best for everybody. My time has run its course. You guys want to rebuild. I want to win.
I don't remember him saying that.
That's what was reported.
I don't remember him saying
However, trade deadline comes today at 3 p.m. Eastern, and surprise, surprise, Giannis is still with the Milwaukee Bucks. And then after the trade deadline passed, a few minutes later, Giannis posts a video clip from the movie Wolf of Wall Street with the caption, quote, legends don't chase, they attract. Sounds like he's staying in Milwaukee.
I don't know about you.
You do.
But I'm all the way back in with Giannis. I broke up with Giannis. I'm back in. Giannis, you're my man. Forgive me. I thought you wanted to move on. I thought you wanted to leave the bratwurst, the cheese, and the bowling alleys of Milwaukee, but instead you're going to stay. You want to do it your way. I love you, Giannis. I'm back in the fold.
He don't want you back, okay?
He can be a freak on the court and on the shit, you know what I'm saying?
That is just, and he's such a likable dude, but he's been annoying. He has been annoying for the last year,
Why do
year
you
and a
want
half.
him to move on?
No, I'll tell you why. First of all, Giannis, don't play me. I know what happened. Giannis, what'd he say? I'm a baddie. Everybody wants me. I'm like the hot girl. Well, nobody wanted him. And it didn't work out, and nobody wanted him enough to make these certain moves. And now you can't double back and be like, yeah, I'm locked in. I'm not chasing nothing. No, you were trying.
No, they don't have any videotape of him if you're a Milwaukee Bucks fan,
did you
show
not see
me the
him being
videotape.
giddy on videotape talking about everybody wants me, I'm the baddie, I'm the hot girl, and all of that? Rob G, this is what the man did.
Where does he on
talks
video
about,
where he said, I want out of Milwaukee? That's what I'm saying to you.
He's never even fully denied it,
Okay,
and then he
but
says
I'm
he's
saying,
not, but then he not says he is. I'm just trying to see. I don't mind if he wants out because he's given them a decade plus. He's given them a championship, and I'm all right with the clean breakup. I don't want the back and forth like you doing with him. Breaking up, getting back with
No,
Giannis,
it's
breaking
all
up.
right. It's healthy. I can acknowledge that we were on the ropes. We were on the rocks for a little bit. I thought he wasn't the guy that he is.
Okay.
And now I realize he's all man, 100%.
Man.
He said that he don't want to go nowhere, that he's in love with Milwaukee, and he won a championship
No, I'm gonna
there.
tell you what he did.
He wants to be Derek Jeter and play his whole career in Milwaukee and not leave. That's what I want from Giannis.
Let me tell you what he did.
Milwaukee, the Bronx, the same thing.
No, I'm going to tell you what he did. What he did was he started flirting with that other girl, the one that he always thought was out there, the one he liked a little bit. And he finally left his one girl and like, because I'm about to go get with this other one. And the other one said, I liked you as a little fling. I liked you as a little side thing. I don't want to be with you. And that was the rest of his team saying, how much I got to give up? What I got to give up? Nah, I'm all right. And it didn't work out. Now he's coming. I'm coming back to you now. I want to be your freak some more.
He's right, though, that if you're great, you don't need to chase anybody. They chase you. They should want you. They should want to come play with you. We used to see that in LeBron in Cleveland. Nobody wants to come to Cleveland. I thought you were the greatest player who ever played in the NBA, but nobody wanted to go to Cleveland. You don't have to move there permanently. All you need to do is play 41 home games and some playoff games. And they were like, nobody wants to come. No, LeBron, you were supposed to be it. You were supposed to be the baddie, and nobody wanted to come. So he's the
why
one that
Giannis
bounced
isn't getting
around.
people?
He's the one
Why
who
ain't Giannis getting people? Giannis is likable. Giannis seems to be a cool dude. Only person he keeps getting, Rob G, is his brother.
No,
that's the only person that keeps coming back.
Because they went and got Damian Lillard.
And that broke up in horrible fashion.
All
Is that dude?
Watch us yell.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated.
It is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin, Washington. Radio Row. Here in San Francisco. The Super Bowl's on Sunday. My goodness gracious. Wow. Here on Fox Sports Radio. And Alex.
home last night.
Sorry.
Let's start this show right. How's that?
Super Week is going down, and the Odd Couple are strutting around in downtown San Francisco.
Ladies and gentlemen,
on the air, off the air, you already know.
And do your intro out of this, Rob. You got this.
These two will be at odds.
I'm in the right place when I'm throwing single.
Oh, boy.
It's the Super Week matchup you've all been waiting for from the Fox Sports Radio studios. Broadcasting live at the Moscone Center in downtown San Francisco for Super Week. Here's Kelvin Washington and Rob Parker.
Go!
password.
Ack.
Enter, brother.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Come on in. With that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 3. Not 4.
Thank you, LeBron.
Not 5.
No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio. FoxSportsRadio.com, the iHeartRadio app, Sirius XM Channel 83.
Wow.
And now, live on YouTube.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
That's right. We will do it. Thanks, Bill. Say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
And we are indeed the Odd Couple on a funky flashback Friday, a football Friday, a Super Bowl pending Friday. That's right. And guess what? You'll need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet.
Aaron Maller.
Ben Maller.
He no longer exists.
At least when people are still awake.
I don't know who Ben is anymore. Who's that?
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
Aaron Maller. Right.
No, I don't know who Ben
All right,
is.
write it down, commit it to memory, 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen out there, 877-996-6369.
It's not trigonometry.
That's right. And if you hear feedback on the line, it's your own fault. It means just one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
No doubt about it. And if you call in here and you don't like the way we're talking to you, you know what? Guess what?
What's that?
Tough.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
And with all that said, always remember.
The Odd Couple was filmed in front of a live audience.
Sweet Day 5. We almost out of here, but we had a wonderful week. Yeah.
No doubt. Let's go. Big show. And let me welcome in my co-host.
Number 5.
That's right. Day 5.
Kelvin.
Washington.
There you go.
Yeah, man. I tell
Unbelievable.
You, yeah, you're right, Raji. Christian would have been sitting here a long time. We had to wait. Hey, Christian, can you hold on for us real quick? We got to do our intro.
Hey, you know what? It's our show. You
Yeah.
wait.
You wait, Christian.
Okay?
Well, you know,
It's our show, Alex.
He's good at
Remember that.
running, though. He might have ran away. You know, he's.
Tell him, Rob.
You know,
He
you
would've got
don't
out of
change up. Johnny Carson don't change up. Oh, we're not going to play today's show because somebody's on there.
No, that's why we did it right.
Right?
Should got him on here. That
No, it was
dope.
good.
Yeah, that was perfect.
good. And he was
Great
really
kid.
good. Great to
Great
have
stuff.
him. He laughed at a couple of my jokes. So
You
I'm
know
happy.
what? Of course you're happy, but you better be happy too, because you usually talk a lot of smack about Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan.
I would have done it. I just knew we were running out on time by the time you brought it up.
No, I know.
But let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew. We wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without Rob G. Getting so much airtime that they're talking about him on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
This should be the Odd Thruple. That should be the Odd Thruple.
The triplets in this mug?
That's a little sexual, ain't it? The thruple? Are we a thruple?
No, that's not
Well, we are in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
is true.
Hey,
What's up?
I'm excited.
No doubt.
I know you are.
You're looking good.
Yeah,
Moist
couple
after
people
that.
whistled at you. You turned
Yeah, I
around.
know.
You were happy.
With the
I liked
slick
it.
back hair,
Yeah.
the tight jeans. We got jeans on.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Tight pants, tighter pants,
Exactly.
the shorter
Right.
shorts.
Alex, of course, is our engineer.
Alex, you're a hidden talent.
No doubt. Of course,
Steve DeSager.
Steve DeSager's at the anchor desk
Hey,
to keep
Steve.
us updated throughout the program. And
Never heard of him.
Elijah.
Never heard of him.
No, we heard of him.
Never heard
Elijah
of
is
him.
here.
He made an appearance on the YouTube.
Who?
That's right. So we do know he exists. Sagar, is he gone already?
Yeah, Sagar left.
Sagar's gone. Everybody's going back to Los Angeles. We'll be heading there too. But let's go, Rob G. Last night I threw up in my mouth, and it wasn't from the pasta that I ate. It was from the
Why you throw
idea
up, Rob?
that Rob G. Matthew Stafford won the MVP.
Guys, well, yes, if you missed it last night, Matthew Stafford is the NFL MVP. We all kind of expected it. He won by 1 vote over Drake May, who we're playing
Nobody
on Sunday.
expected that. Would you give me that?
1
That
vote.
it would be
was
that
that
close?
close.
Yeah, and there's good reason why. It's because we mentioned it last year with the Josh Allen Lamar Jackson situation. When it comes to All-Pro, whoever wins All-Pro historically wins the MVP. Matthew Stafford ran away with first-team All-Pro. However, much like last year, a lot of voters flipped their All-Pro vote from Matthew Stafford to Drake May, which led to the closest MVP vote since 2003. And Rob, something tells me you're not happy about it.
We know
I'm
you wasn't
not.
happy about it.
The voters, they got it wrong. They got Justin Herbert. How does he? Because he's 6 foot tall, 6'4", and looks like a quarterback. He got a vote. Like that was the worst vote.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Josh Allen got 2 votes, questionable as well, especially the way they fell off at the end. Very questionable. At one point, he was kind of in the mix.
Well, you're gonna be, you're in the mix. You're the reigning MVP.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But still, it was kind of weird. And the idea that it was so close, to me, speaks volumes. Because his numbers, Stafford's numbers, were way better than Drake May. But there apparently were voters out there who just could not come to terms with voting a guy named Stat Padford as MVP.
Let me check his.
That's why he didn't get an overwhelming number of votes for MVP, because his nickname is Stat Padford. Because everybody knows he's been padding stats since he was in Detroit. He padded stats the last game of the year against the Cardinals after he had that terrible game against Atlanta and he had that terrible fourth quarter against Seattle when they blew that 16-point fourth quarter lead. The voters got it wrong. I needed 3 other voters to come and make this all right. And I know I've had some year, but when I heard the numbers, you know, I was disappointed, but I felt a lot better because a lot of people went the other way.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you felt a lot better, but I think – and it wasn't a blowout, though. Matthew Stafford, you mentioned some of the things that happened, and it didn't happen in the postseason where they've already cast their vote. The stuff that would make people maybe go, oh, it's tight. Like, let's say week, 13-ish, 14, you're like, it's close. I got Stafford right now. Look like they're going to run away with the West, maybe run away with the NFC.
They were the number 1 seed.
Right, the tougher
for most of the year.
Tougher conference. And then the last few games, they do lose to Seattle. They lose a stinker to Atlanta. And they fight, and he has to play against the Cardinals. So I do think some people are like, it's that close, I'm going to give it to Drake May. Or some people may have said it's that close, but maybe I really looked at Drake May's schedule. And so both played spectacularly, but I think they got it right ultimately for me because I'm looking at a guy that was in we just had Christian McCaffrey here. His division was incredibly tough as is. In fact, one of the representatives from his division in the Super Bowl is from his division. So he got to play them twice. He got to play the 49ers
But that doesn't seem – I hear that.
And then, but hold on, and I go through the rest of that conference and their schedule. So they played an incredibly difficult schedule, and then Matthew Stafford still goes crazy with the numbers. And his numbers were ballooned compared to anyone else. So I think, again, this was no blowout. This wasn't a year where, there's just no rivals. Maybe a Patrick Mahomes year from a few years ago where you're like, all right, what are we going to do? Or a Lamar Jackson year a couple years back. This is just, to me, where if I were a voter, I would have edged him out in his favor looking at those things.
I don't think so, because I saw a lot of tweets from football writers who were shocked at how close it was. There were some who thought, wow, with his numbers, that many people didn't vote for him.
But it's what you were saying before we got here. It was the close of the season. And you brought up who they played. Was it the Cardinals? Yeah, last week.
When he put those added, what do you have, 4 touchdowns, Rob G, last week or whatever that got him to the over the.
So imagine it's the reverse. He throws 2, and he throws 2 interceptions. You know what I mean? Where it's like, and this is how you finish it. Well, that might have been a 2 or 3 votes. So he and maybe that also was what made him win was going out there and playing because maybe if people would have saw the last you lost to the Falcons. Would not have voted well for him. So
I need to start getting a vote. I know I'm in the baseball.
How many Hall of Fame or MVPs and Hall of Fame votes you want?
I need one for the Pro Football Hall of Fame because had I been a voter,
I tell you why they're not going to give it to you.
I wouldn't have guessed.
No, because you wouldn't have gone into this and saying, well, let me see, let me look at this, let me look at that. You'd have gone in there with, dang it, I've been calling Stat Pat for 15, 20 years. I got to keep calling him that, and no way I can vote him the MVP. So, no, they ain't giving you a vote. You would have had to go in there. There's no way you could have gone. You know who's an MVP, Rob G? Matthew. You would have stuttered.
No. But I still feel vindicated that despite the numbers, it wasn't a runaway. That everybody didn't go, Stafford is so much greater. And Drake May's a second-year quarterback. To have his numbers, and his numbers – what did he have, 31 touchdowns? What was his number?
31 touchdowns, 4,300 passing yards. I think another helping factor.
The passing yards were good, right?
421 rushing yards is a lot of yards.
But I'm still saying it didn't seem.
Sorry, 450 and 4 touchdowns. So I think that also adds to it. I mean, that's what all these people, the analysts are saying. He's got to be mobile. He's got to use his legs in order to have a chance to win this Super Bowl. So that's what makes Drake May, and that's what makes him scary, too, moving forward is another guy. And it pains me to say, because I said it before, this is why Jared Goff, this might be the last year or so for him, because at this point, if your quarterback is at least mostly mobile, you ain't got a quarterback at this point. Because everybody, Bo Nix, Drake May, Sam Darnold, you name them, they can get out the pocket for the most part.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Did the voters get it wrong? Naming Matthew Stafford over Drake May for MVP. We'll continue that conversation next with you, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. But first, let's get you caught up. Steve DeSager has the latest in sports, and then we'll get to you.
We'll start with the NFL news as Jim Schwartz resigned as Cleveland Browns defensive coordinator. He was a finalist for the head coaching job there. That went to Todd Monken. Cliff Kingsbury is expected to join the Rams staff. He was Washington's offensive coordinator. He's a former head coach of the Cardinals. The Super Bowl is Sunday. New England linebacker Robert Spillane is questionable with an ankle injury. He was limited in practice. Hall of Fame quarterback Sonny Jurgensen passed away at the age of 91. He was drafted by the Eagles and was a quarterback at Washington from 1964 to 74. The University of Arizona gave Coach Brent Brennan an extension through 2030. Brooks Koepka is going to miss the cut at the Phoenix Open. He was 2 over par, including a first-round 75. Former outfielder Yasiel Puig was found guilty after a trial regarding illegal gambling. He could face prison time after lying to federal investigators. The Winter Olympics opening ceremonies were held in Italy today at 4 different sites, including Milan. The U.S. led the team figure skating going into day 2 out of 3. USA curling won twice more in mixed doubles. U.S. women's hockey, which won its opener, plays again Saturday morning against Finland, whose team has battled the virus this week. The NHL is off for the Olympic break. And there is college basketball with number 3 Connecticut against St. John's on Fox TV in a half an hour. In the NBA, Luka Doncic of the Lakers doubtful for Saturday with a hamstring injury. Steph Curry of Golden State has no timetable for a return due to his bad knee. Starting up in a few minutes, the Knicks, who've won 8 straight, are at Detroit. Karl Anthony Towns out for New York due to a cut above his eye. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Steve. For over 40 years, TireRack.com has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive, shipped fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like tire installation. That's right, mobile tire installation, TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
And, of course, we got to tell you that, have you ever wiped with a piece of dry toilet paper and wondered, that's right, Rob G., is this as good as it gets? Well, by now you should know it's not, because you can switch to life-changing Wet Extra Large Flushable Dude Wipes, because wetter just cleans better. Available at Amazon and at major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean pants out. I feel like Dude Wipes has been the MVP of this Super Bowl.
No doubt. All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Did the voters get it wrong on Matthew Stafford?
That's why they ain't giving you a vote, right?
That's
wow.
Right.
That's why we were thinking about giving Ron Parker one. He's been covering this league since 1987.
Yes.
Can't do it. No, we can't do it. He's called Matthew Stafford Stat Patford.
All right, here we go. Sunny in Laguna Beach in California. You're on the Odd Couple.
Back at the crib.
Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Sunny?
Hi, how you guys doing?
Hey,
doing great.
Sonny.
How are you?
Doing good. It's early out here, It's only, 4:30?
Yes.
Anyway, Rob, you got it wrong. Matthew is – no, just let me say one thing.
Okay.
Matthew's the MVP because – and don't get upset, and all the fans don't get upset. The Seahawks are going to win, so they felt bad for Drake May and tried to give him a little bump. Because come Sunday night, Matt Darnold's got it.
Okay. Sonny, there you go. She's making her pick.
Yeah, she said Sam Darnold's going to do it, and Drake may take that, so they gave him sympathy votes.
Well, the football gods, they didn't give me any help with Stafford, but maybe on Sunday.
You know what? I'll tell you later. Well, it does make me a little nervous about this game.
All right, now you change it a little bit.
No, just a little.
Damn dude.
Yeah, a little shook.
Thank you, DC.
I'll tell you why.
Ken in Southern California. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Ken?
All right, brothers, but you know what, Kelvin? I thought Rob could go a week without messing up. I could almost tolerate him, but today he had to go back to Matt Stafford. And the writers got it right, and old Rob got his panties all tied up in San Francisco. I hope he don't go out on the streets tonight, because his panties are all hanging up there.
Okay.
Oh, hey, you and Rob G don't hit the streets tonight.
That's right.
Hey, Ken, at least they're getting straight on the plane. Don't worry about it. We're getting straight on the plane tonight.
Thank you. How about Rocky in South Carolina? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Rocky?
Well, I'm officially retired now.
And I think the voters got it right. Now, let me say, I wouldn't have had a problem if it had gone the other way. But as I look at the MVP, it's a body of work over a 17-game season. Stafford finished with 4,700 yards, 46 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, I believe, the last I looked. And I know he kind of stumbled a little bit
Not
at the
kind
end.
of. Just admit it. Okay, Rocky, he stumbled, didn't he? He stumbled at the end. He did.
He stumbled. However, for the first 14 games of the season, he was far and away had the best stats, playing the schedule.
Okay, so why was it so close, Rocky? Why do you think it was so close? Because I think a lot of voters didn't want to vote for Stat Padford.
Well, I mean, I guess that's their choice, Rob. I don't know. Jeez, why did the Hall of Fame, why did they not vote in Bill Belichick?
They cheated.
I know your stance on that, but we don't need to open that can of worms.
No, we're good with that.
Yeah.
All right, you're a Stafford guy. I got
why you got to be a Stafford guy? He's just simply saying what he thought he saw.
he's a Stafford guy. I'm Rocky.
Rocky, you a Stafford guy.
Yes,
Okay.
it's all right.
I was trying to, defend
Help
you
him
there,
out.
Rocky.
All right, James in Detroit. You're on the
you already know what
Fox
time it
Sports
is.
Radio. What's up, James? James.
2 stats, Rob.
Go ahead.
You hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Go ahead.
Your man Stafford rushed for 1 yard the whole season. Drake May rushed for 450.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, I don't know.
Here.
I don't know if that's helping. Whose side is that helping?
No, who does that help? Are you a Stafford guy or a Drake May guy? I can't tell.
You can't tell. I say my man rushed for 1 yard. The other guy ran for 450.
All right,
But the same number, the difference.
So they got it wrong, right? You think that Drake May should have won?
Of course.
Yes. Okay, I got you.
450 yards to 1?
I know it shouldn't have been. I don't know that one vote that went to Justin Herbert because he's 6'4" and looks like a quarterback.
That one was crazy. We can sit up here and argue about
I
Stafford
threw
and
up
Drake
in
May.
my mouth when I saw he got one vote.
That was an offensive line sympathizer.
That was
They
terrible.
were saying Justin Herbert.
That was the argument, is that he had no line in front of him, and look
that
what
doesn't
he
make
did.
him MVP. He was perfect. He had a good season, really good season. He ain't
Thanks,
the MVP.
James.
Stop
Appreciate it.
Stop it. I'd rather him give it to a running back over that.
877-99 on Fox.
No more calls.
All right.
I just think the two James, I believe it was in Detroit. Was that James in Detroit? I hear the rushing yards, and I think that's, but I don't think that.
Well, when you heard the total, both of you guys,
I was shocked. I thought it'd be.
Bob G, weren't you surprised too that it was
more
one vote?
Oh, I was pissed off when I saw it last night because they were so close to doing it again.
Of doing
flipping it.
Yeah.
That was close. That's embarrassing.
But I agree. Because of the history of that award.
Exactly.
And they already did it to Lamar, which was BS.
They flipped it Lamar. Lamar last year had 40 All-Pro votes and only got 22 MVP
which is
votes.
Which
right?
is 18 drop-off.
Yeah, this season, Stafford goes 31 All-Pro and 24 MVP votes. What changed? The All-Pro was done after the season.
It doesn't make sense.
There is nothing that could have changed your mind that happened on the field in the regular season between when you voted for All-Pro and when you voted for MVP. So what you're telling me is that
there's got to be a consistency. It doesn't make sense.
And historically, it has been consistent.
Right, very consistent.
So what I think you're seeing now, and it goes back to, Sam Monson was the guy who voted for Justin Herbert, friend of the show. So
and
when we get him on again, we'll give him crap about it.
He made the case about
the offensive line. He said, hey, that offensive line was horrible. His receivers were not great,
But that doesn't mean you're the MVP.
Every year somebody has something
And so his argument, even if it's an okay argument, I don't think it's going to vote MVP, where he's like, hey, when I'm judging value and I look at everything that went wrong around him, that's why I picked him. I think it's a bad reasoning, but I understand it.
But it's a bad reason.
Right. So, but when it comes to flip-flopping, what you're trying to tell me is the guy who had the best season is what they determined with Matthew Stafford had the best season for All-Pro can't also be the most valuable player.
It doesn't make sense.
So you're picking and choosing. So these analytics guys are jumping in and saying, hey, I like the numbers of this guy, so I'm going to vote him All-Pro, but the narrative is going to go to this guy. I don't think you should do that when it comes to voting.
And that's where we're getting with it. That's what happened years ago with, like, Offensive Player of the Year, for instance. Like, why couldn't Matthew Stafford be Offensive Player of the Year as well? They're starting to get to where we're getting that All-Pro is going to be divided.
No,
like,
but
I like this quarterback because of this, but this guy's MVP. We're going to start getting closer and closer to that becoming the thing.
But this is more about the participation trophy where they're trying to spread it to everybody.
This is the one time we agree.
He had such a great season. I want him to get left out.
He's got to get something. He's got to get something.
I want to make sure he gets something. I want to make sure he gets something. I want to make sure, like that's not how it should go. If somebody has like a great season offensively, Why can't they sweep all three of them? They just had and the one with Lamar last year, and we talked about it before, that was the best season he ever had, and he won MVPs before.
How did he improve upon the year before he won MVP but didn't win MVP? And that goes to what we're saying. I think, that's not I don't even want to say an argument per se, but my perspective when we kept talking Josh Allen. I was like, people are just going to go, well, it's just his time. He earned it.
That's not how it should go.
I'm agreeing with you, but I know how people kind of, oh, look at that. He just, come along. Lamar will get another one. And you never know. What if Lamar's never fully healthy again? Never doesn't give his best version of himself, and he gets robbed the one he should have had.
And this is something that the NFL historically has gotten correctly. Now, even though it's become a quarterback award, which you guys talked about with CMC, and we have issues with that, it's been very consistent. Hey, the guy who had the best season is going to win MVP from a quarterback position. The NBA was usually the one that had it backwards. Like, hey, I know that James Harden was putting up 32, 11, and 8, but, his team was third place, and we got to give it to this guy. Like, the NBA was the narrative league. The NFL was the production league. And now, all of a sudden, to your guys' point, the participation award, the nerds are going to vote for All-Pro with just the historical numbers, but the narrative is going to go to the MVP.
Last point for me, you're so right with the NBA. Still, to this day, drives me crazy that Kyle Korver is an all-star.
Right.
Because that Atlanta team was the number 1 seed in the East. They were really good, and then they were like, we put 4 Atlanta Hawks in, including Kyle Korver. I don't like that. Just because you're the best team in the conference doesn't mean, to your point, that we got to automatically take 3 or 4 guys from your team. I don't like that at all. An all-star should be an all-star, should be an all-star. Not just, well, you're the 3rd or 4th best guy on a top-seeded team, so you got to be an all-star. I don't like that. All right, on the way, Tiger Rack Play of the Day and also Shekel City. Plus, we saw some things at the NFL Honors that got some people's panties in a bunch online. We'll tell you what it was. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
LeBron may have put his foot in his mouth once again. Take a listen.
Playing 82 games in the 80s and 90s is not the same as playing 82 games in the 2020s. It's just not. The way we play, the level of pace, the level of the speed that we're playing at, it's a different game now. It's a totally different game. It's a lot of soft tissue injuries that's happened now because of it.
Straight, Boulder Dash, Poppycock. I mean, come on. Like LeBron, this is where people push away. When you hear this and he's trying to justify and whatnot. We get the injuries and what's going on. People used to get injured there, and it was different defensively. But, Rob G., you did the research, right? Or you found out. You got them, too.
I got the numbers.
And the numbers just don't add up for LeBron, and that's the issue. And that's what we talk about. When you listen to these terrible podcasts and there's nobody there to push back and say, well, that's interesting, LeBron, because back in so-and-so, it's the same, and you're saying you're playing differently. What you got?
Man, let me tell you. You're at because he is absolutely right what he said.
That's why I want to talk to Rob G. Then.
I got the numbers. No, I'm saying he's absolutely right, and that the 80s and 90s was way harder to play in. Way more difficult to play in.
That's what I'm saying. All right.
Yeah, because, listen, let's talk about the numbers. First of all, LeBron typically, he can be this, he can be polarizing, he can be passive-aggressive. One of the things he normally is very astute when it comes to basketball. His acumen, he knows he's a historian. That's one of the things I appreciate.
How do you say that when he voted for Bronny for the All-Star game?
Well, that's his son. You know what I mean? Nepotism, cronyism.
Yes.
You got to get that done. But, he's very well-studied, historically, knows the game. That's one of the things you can at least appreciate about him. This one, he's dead wrong, in my opinion, for multiple reasons. Number one.
Are we recording this?
The 80s was the absolute, to me, hybrid of the two. You got the fast pace, and he's talking about pacing. Let's talk about the pacing. In the 80s, it was the fastest. In fact, the only pace that they had was 1 year, 87 to 88, when they had a slower pace. They were at 99.6, which the current pace is at 99.6. After that, you're talking 100.6 to 102.1.
Did he ever watch Showtime?
Showtime. The Celtics, the Pistons, the 76ers with Dr. J, Houston with the Hakeem and Ralph Sampson. The Nuggets, they were going back in the day.
The Nuggets would score 175 points on a regular basis. Yes.
Watch
Alex
this.
English and all those guys. Yes.
Kiki Vanderway. Not only were they playing at a higher pace, what else would you see? Punches, clotheslines, and hard fouls.
And they were physical. You come into the lane, guess what? You're going to get a two-piece and a biscuit.
So they are playing at a faster pace, way more physical. They didn't have commercial airlines. They did not have the advanced medicine and nutrition that they have right now.
They used to ride next to me on the plane.
Literally.
When I covered the NBA back then, NBA players sat next to me. We were on commercial flights. Yep. We took 6 a.m. flights out of every city. Like, that was an NBA rule, because back then you didn't go back home and get in your own bed. You would go on a road trip.
Yep.
And you would stay on the road, and you would fly to the next city, and we would be on those flights.
Exactly. So the idea that, it's just so hard now. All y'all do is go 35 feet out and set pick and rolls. Now, if you want to talk about soft tissue issues and why guys are beat up and brutal, I tell you why, and I've been telling this since the duration of me on this show. It's that they only play basketball since they were 6. And that's all they do. And they're playing for their team. They're playing for the travel league. They're playing AAU. Then they play for this team.
That's not what people did. They played all sports.
They played all sports. How many times we hear about guys playing football, baseball, basketball? Oh, I didn't really lock into basketball until my freshman year, because the other years I was playing this. Or in high school, I had to decide which one am I going to finally commit to, because I played all of these sports. That's the issue why guys are beat down, wore out. That's why LaMelo Ball is always injured, and Lonzo Ball is always injured, and Zion's always injured.
And they played 1 million games on the AAU circuit on the weekend.
6 on Saturday, 5 on Sunday. Then I go back to my regular team, and I'm playing too much. But the idea that they're playing faster pace and it's harder. Yeah, right. You have everything catered to you. The best medicine, best nutrition, best travel, best doctors.
I don't remember any masseuses traveling when I was covering the NBA in the 80s. I don't remember. There was some fat guy in there rubbing you down after a game.
That's all about the best you got. What was the dude with the Pistons for all those 30, 40 years? What was his name? Mike
Abdenauer.
Abdenauer, exactly.
That's a good call for you. Very good. Mike Abdenauer.
Yeah. So I'm blown away with this one, LeBron. It's a big miss, because they played at a faster pace throughout the duration of the 80s. They played much more physical basketball. They didn't have the advancement of medicine and technology. So I don't get where he's going. And guys do. And then your guy, Joe Dumars, came out and said they're saying there's no more when it comes to the load management, there's no significant data that concludes that you're better off with load management. It's the Encore Rob and Kelvin on a Funky Flashback Friday. Day 5 for us here, Radio Row, San Francisco Super Bowl week. What an amazing trip it's been. We've had an excellent time. Thank you to Christian McCaffrey. Joined us earlier this hour. It was great to have a conversation with him. Rob G's going to get that up on the podcast if you missed it, so don't worry about it. Great talk. He's really good and has some great things to say, so we'll have that up on the podcast. Still some great stuff coming up next hour as well. Sean King, Todd Marcel Durham. We'll talk to him as well. So a whole lot on our last day here in San Francisco. It's time now for your Tire Rack Play of the Day.
Here goes LeBron James. Oh, my God. Can a 40-something-year-old man dunk it? It's off the backboard. Jesus almighty. I wish it was Worship Wednesday. LeBron James, trade in.
And that is your Tire Rack Play of the Day, brought to you by, of course, that was Fox Sports Radio LA studio right there. And Tire Rack for over 40 years.
I thought it was Chick Hearn for a minute, but I know he...
We went back to an old classic from Chick.
Yes.
Tire Rack for over 40 years has been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. Now, Shekel City.
Welcome to Shekel City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
Did I do that? Did I do that?
What'd you do?
2-1 last night. Feeling
nice.
good. 42-28.
Was the one Matthew Stafford?
Oh, no. I wish. All right, here we go for a little Shekel City for tonight. Let's get it going. We'll get there. All right, here we go. You ready? Yeah, okay.
When we start, so it's beautiful out here, man. They're breaking it down to get ready to tear everything down, and we've had a wonderful trip, and
here we go, Shekel.
Yeah, and then Shekel City and stuff. And so while you swiping right, like on Tinder, I'm gonna keep talking. It's been beautiful. What'd you say, Rob G?
All right, here we
been
go.
a tremendous trip. It's been
Tonight,
gorgeous.
I got New Orleans Pelicans plus 8.5 to in Minnesota plus 8.5.
Okay.
I got Portland minus 9.5 hosting the Grizzlies, and I'm going to take the Clippers minus 3.5. That's my best bet. They're in NBA Siberia playing in Sacramento tonight. So Clippers minus 3.5, Portland minus 9.5, and New Orleans plus 8.5. And remember, Kelvin,
yes?
I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on.
All right, there you have it. Your Shekel City. All right, we got a couple minutes here. So the NFL Honors, obviously, big awards show. Everybody's getting their awards. This person wins that. This person wins that. But
Not
really,
a good look.
Not a good look. Couple of things happened. You had Tiffany Haddish was supposed to say Coach of the Year, and that was Mike Vrabel. She called him Mike Verbal. So people were upset about that.
There's nothing wrong with being verbal sometimes. But not in this situation.
No,
Just
or you need to verbally articulate it correctly.
You know what I'm saying.
I do. So that was the first thing, and then you had Drewski as well.
We can't even say what he said.
I don't even know how to. I mean, everybody saw it. I'm assuming you saw it, heard it, or you
that
heard
sounds
it.
like
Not you. You're cool.
That sounded like maybe.
Okay. All right.
Like
I respect
maybe,
it.
Like maybe some country in Latin America. Like,
Yeah. That
Rob,
you said.
which one?
Oh, don't say it,
I'm
please.
so bad at geography. Please help me, Rob.
Nicaragua.
What is it?
No, I'm not going to say it again because now you're going to make me think I'm going to say what you said.
Don't say what you
Drewski trying to say JSN's name. That's what we're going to call it until I mess around and have a Drewski moment. Now, here's the difference, I believe. I believe Tiffany Haddish genuinely just got up there and messed up Vrabel and said verbal. Bad enough. You're up there.
You know which one I always think of?
What?
Was George W. Bush when the Red Wings were there when they won the Stanley Cup.
Who's that? Which
and he
one?
said Steve Weiserman.
Yeah, it's a Y, but it's Eiserman.
It's Eiserman, right? And it was Steve Weiserman.
But you give it. I'd be like, okay,
no, but
he didn't.
Somebody
mean
got to
that.
prep him, though.
Does somebody does have to
like
prep him?
Steve Eiserman is a great hockey player,
Hall of Famer, without a doubt. But Drewski's was to me, I know what I'm doing, and what I'm up here for. The reason why y'all know me is because I go viral, because I do things all up there, and so I think that's who. It was two separate things. One was an honest mistake. One was I'm about to go viral moment. And I don't care about professionalism, being up here and being articulate and, doing exactly how I'm supposed to. Drewski knows this is good for business, Rob G. If I come up here
but that's
and say
bad.
that.
If I'm going to use him as a spokesman in the future, I would not hire him.
And that has happened a lot.
I would not hire
with a lot of viral folks and social media. That's their brand. The brand is digital. The brand is virality. And that doesn't matter if I'm up there. If he goes up there and says, Jackson Smith and Jigba. Like,
no,
who cares,
I understand,
right?
but this is a special moment. You don't want to butcher somebody's name. It's stamped forever. So that's good for you, but I'm saying I would not hire them.
And that's the challenge when they hire people who have millions of followers on social, but folks who don't necessarily do the same professional type of work. That's what you get.
We are Fox Sports.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
2 already on this Funky Flashback Friday. Rob
Number
Parker,
2.
Kelvin Washington here on Fox Sports Radio. We are indeed the odd couple. And have you ever wiped with a dry piece of toilet paper and wonder, is this as good as it gets? It's not. Switch to the life-changing wet extra large flushable Dude Wipes. That's right, because wetter just cleans better. Available at Amazon and at major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down.
Oh, yeah.
Dude Wipes like a lady.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Dude Wipes like a lady.
One time for the one time.
Dude Wipes like a lady.
One more time. One more time.
Dude Wipes like a lady. This has been a theme of the Super Bowl.
Dude Wipes has won Fox Sports Radio Super Bowl for sure. They have been the talk of the town. Talk to our boss. Let me tell you something, man. I'm talking to your partner. Why didn't you tell me you made a song for Dude Wipes? I said, oh, Rob showed you.
Yes. And don't forget, we are on the YouTube channel. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, Odd Couple FSR. And subscribe. We appreciate all our subscribers. Give us the thumbs up icon, comment away. And we need to give you a programming note. We only have, will still be on YouTube for another 20 minutes or so. And then obviously we have to pack up and get ready to go back to Los Angeles. So you have to listen on the iHeartRadio app or on Fox Sports Radio.
Well, in about 20 minutes, there'll be nothing to look at anymore. I know that we have the cameras facing this way, but if you face everywhere else,
you will see all the Union brothers and sisters going to town.
They don't pay us by the hour.
Yeah, they breaking this place down. So it looks cool. We got our beautiful set here, but behind us is starting to tear down. They moving trees. I thought it was a real tree, Rob G. They moved the trees.
In 27 minutes, don't forget, we're going to talk with Sean King. We'll be down with the King.
Oh, yeah.
Former NFL quarterback and, of course, Fox Sports Radio NFL analyst. So we'll do that and much more. All right?
That's right. A lot to get to.
But
by the way,
Rob
one
G,
time for Elijah, too, because he might be gone by then.
Yes. Rob
Never
G,
heard of him.
Deion Sanders, Emmitt Smith had a lot to say about Shador Sanders, who was in the Pro Bowl.
they were friends of yours.
They were. I saw Emmitt today. He was here.
Pro Bowl. I had dinner with Deion once. I told you that.
We ain't going to have dinner with you no more.
No,
I ain't going to be here.
Ain't going to be here.
Ain't all right. But anyway, Rob G, those two belly aching about Shador, who threw 2 picks in the Pro Bowl. Okay,
Only one keeping Pro Bowl stats.
Only
Rob
one.
Parker.
It don't matter. Nobody cares. Throw 2 interceptions. He threw 2 interceptions. Make up your mind,
In a
Rob.
flag football game with no pass rush.
If it works for me, I'm doing it.
I got to remember that,
Okay,
too. You're right.
remember
You're
that.
right.
If it works for me, right, we're gonna blame the offensive line. He had no offensive line in the flag football game. He had no offensive line.
Give him the Justin Herbert treatment.
Okay, but Rob G, what'd they say?
Yeah, Shador Sanders, going back to Monday, has been a talking point. Not the talking point, but has been a talking point.
He was right there, remember?
All week.
Over there, yeah.
All week, right? So earlier today, Deion Sanders was on First Take with friend of the show, Steve A. Smith.
Steve to us.
Yeah, Steve to us. And they asked him if there was anything that could ever be done to convince him to make the jump from college to the pros. He says, not whatsoever. After what transpired with my son last year, ain't no way in the world. So insinuating that there was some kind of mistreatment of his son dating back to the draft process through the preseason and the regular season. A few hours later, Emmitt Smith appears on Up and Adams right across the way here on FanDuel.
I never miss Up and Adams.
Talking about Shador Sanders. And you recall when their coach was hired and their GM mentioned after the season, we are going to have a competition for the quarterback. We're not going to come in saying flat out, Shador Sanders is QB1. We're going to figure it out and let the process work itself out. Apparently, that really bothered Emmitt Smith because he said to Kay Adams, quote, I haven't seen anyone else earn the right to be that but him. Talking about being the QB.
Oh, does he know the stats?
So both guys believe that Shador's been done dirty in the NFL. Do you agree?
Kelvin, I'll let you go first because you know where I am with this, and then I'll follow you. But my God,
I believe Emmitt Smith. Let's start there because Deion is his dad, and that's a whole nother thing. they are blowing out of proportion what has happened in the sense that maybe it wasn't the best situation, right? He didn't walk into this. They don't have loaded with talent, and they don't have a lot of weapons and so on and so forth. I agree to some extent of that. But that is the case for a lot of quarterbacks. That's been the case for so many. Have you heard of a Jet quarterback in the last 20 years? They've walked into terrible situations, even one who's a first ballot Hall of Famer, at least allegedly, because I don't know how these ballots go anymore, and Aaron Rodgers wasn't a great situation for him. So the idea that, hey, you're going to walk right into the NFL, everyone's going to love you, it's going to be easy, your team will be loaded, that's farce. That's not a real thing. And so sometimes you got to come into it. You're the guy and everything's given you. Sometimes you got to earn it. Sometimes you got to fight. You got to tooth, nail, scratch your way to get that opportunity. So the idea that everything is going to be peachy, to me, I didn't understand that. He would have not walked into the best situation. The Browns have not handled the quarterback
but he didn't
situation
play that well either. I mean, can we at least acknowledge that?
He didn't play well. Was it 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions?
So I got all the stats for you because Rob Parker makes sure to text me. I'm going to need those Shador stats before you get to it.
Go ahead. Give me. And some of them are really bad.
Okay, he completed 56% of his passes, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 picks, all right? They went 3-4 in the games he started. His 10 picks over the last 8 weeks were the highest in the NFL over that span, all right? Here's the worst one. If you're a Rob Parker fan, you love it. Anyone else, you'd hate this stat. Of the 36 quarterbacks with at least 200 passing attempts in 2025, Sanders ranked last in completion percentage, last in passer rating, last in adjusted yards per attempt, and last in adjusted net yards per attempt.
And that's my case. Like, you could talk about all the other intangibles or whatever. If he balled out, it wouldn't be an argument. But I'm going to say this. This is why I wouldn't want Shador Sanders on my team. And I'm dead serious. Because anything you do is going to be an issue for people. And they're like this is why. And it ain't just, oh, look how they're doing a brother like that or this and that. And you know I'll call it if I have to call it. Nobody wanted Tim Tebow either because it was the same song and dance. How come Tim Tebow's not playing? How come you're not giving to my quarterback have a bad day? Is Tim Tebow going in? It became a distraction.
No, I get it.
It becomes a distraction, and I could see if I'm a new coach in a situation, do I want that? I don't want that. I don't want every time my quarterback throws an interception or has a bad game, they're going to come up to the podium and say, is Shador starting next week? Like, because that's what's going to happen.
That's why teams don't want that guy behind somebody, because the backup's always the hero in town, right? He's always the guy because he ain't playing. They're like that guy. He put him in. He's the one. And in this case, Shador, who knows if he's going to start or not? And I also don't mind. Like, I think he did. I think he had some great plays. We're like, ooh, okay, you got a bigger, stronger arm than I thought. He's more mobile than I thought. But even somebody who's been supportive of him, as you know, don't mind if he's going to have to fight for it. Like that. He didn't do enough. The team wasn't great enough. And also, they got a new coach. So he's probably coming in saying, hey, let me see what's going on.
But those numbers are telling, like, last in all of those categories. That's not handpicking. And you could say he threw a couple balls downfield. That's fine. That's fine. But the overall, when you're evaluating, he doesn't rate that you're going to turn over a starting quarterback job to him.
I'm agreeing that it's not.
That's the problem.
No one should walk in and just be like automatically like, oh, he's going to have it. Now, if you, for whatever reason, maybe if your offensive coordinator that was already there and you're like, hey, trust me, y'all don't even know what we got brewing. Okay, you're there. I get it. But a new coach coming in, I can see why he's saying, hey, Dylan Gabriel, he did a few things that I liked. When Shador, I've seen some things on tape I like. Maybe even Deshaun Watson, who's on money. It ain't going to be a maybe.
I'm still going to say this, and I'm going to stick to it. Deshaun Watson will be the starting quarterback to start the year. He will. They owe him so much money. He's worked his way back, and they're going to, because neither one of those guys bowled you over to where it was like,
could there be someone else, though? Could it be someone else they draft? Could it be a free agent? But I just think
there's so much money involved that they got to give him one more shot. And if he flames out after 4 games, then all bets are off. But I believe he'll get 4 games to start the season.
And Rob, a larger point, too, would be, that's my boy. You know Prime out here. Prime love his boy. I don't mind Deion sticking up for his son. Duh, right? We get that. But I do think there's some times where it's okay to say, I'm going to let him fight this one on his own.
No,
right?
but also, too, I think from Deion's standpoint, I'm disappointed in he played in the National Football League. He's always talked about the differences in the people Hall of Famers, and he have all that. But here he is now saying that what worked for him when he had to work his way in and play is now some jaded system because it's his son. Like, something's wrong with that. I'm dead serious.
I get it, and that's what I'm saying.
Ain't like his son got great numbers and they're not playing him. If you want to play it out, he's the fourth best passer of any rookie quarterback, and he ain't playing, I could buy that. He don't have those numbers to say that.
And that's where I think Deion, to me, of course, now if asked, you're not going to just like not speak on it because that Deion, he's made a list well before his sons. He always talks about
saying
something.
Everybody has a conspiracy for your son. Come on,
the
man.
idea that everything is against him is what I don't agree. You already know. You and I argued all season long. I thought it was strange that he was supposed to, it was projected all early, drops to fifth. I was with that. It was strange that I thought, why not give him more reps in the offseason, see what you got. I don't think you were overly sold on Dylan Gabriel. So, I've been supportive of just trying to see what he's got. But the idea that every fire you've got to put out or every situation or he can't fight through that adversity or that everything is against him, I don't co-sign with that.
Did anybody ask Deion about his performance in the flag football Pro Bowl? I'm just saying.
Well, he's going to find something.
Oh, yeah. But did you see the color of the flags? How you expect him to throw to a wide receiver with those flags hanging on the side?
First of all, what do you mean? I just told you they did ask him. His son did something he never did.
He made the
Pro Bowl in his first season.
Okay.
Deion, it took 3 seasons. So he told him, Pops, take that. But, yeah, I just think Deion's going to
told my son, dude, do not go out there. Are you kidding me?
No. I told you he was going to go out there and make a show of it. Like, go out there and you be the thing
I didn't see any record numbers, rating.
Well, I meant the whole thing, right? Made this throw up the watch. Hey, he had another player throw up the watch. Go out there, sunshine, have fun, and enjoy that and make it great for the brand.
Terrible.
So I expected that. But to me, let's not make it like there are several quarterbacks throughout the last 30, 40, 50 years who came in bad situations, bad head coaches, bad teams, and had to deal with that and try to grind and move on from that. And eventually you can be in the Super Bowl if you look at Sam Darnold, right? You're with the Jets, horrible situation. Now you got a chance to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback on Sunday.
All right, 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. Has Shador Sanders been treated unfairly since getting to the NFL? It is the odd couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, where we deliver insight, not just noise, here on Fox Sports Radio. And you know what you need to do, Alex?
What's that, Rob?
Stick and stay.
Unless you're looking a little worn down like Kelvin Washington, the US of A.
Always worn down.
Well, ready to tackle your financial goals? Let me tell you how you can do that with Webull. You don't have to sit on the sidelines, and whether you're a rookie or a pro, Webull puts you in the game with the tools that help you make the moves you want. Trade stocks, options, and also ETFs, or play the long game with the cash management and retirement accounts, all on one platform. Webull's apps pairs advanced analytics with real-time data so that you can read the defense, adjust the strategy, and stay in control. And now, meet Vega, your personal AI market assistant. Ask questions like, analyze my watch list, or what's the outlook for this stock, and get real-time stock analysis, volatility insights, and fundamentals that turn complex signals into plain English. Want a wider view of the field? Use Portfolio X-Ray to spot trends, manage risk, and optimize the performance of your portfolio. Stop putting your financial future, stop punting it. Join Webull's community to discuss the markets, trending topics, and idea with fellow investors. Download the Webull app today on mobile or desktop. Webull, or visit Webull.com.
Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC FINRA. Investing involves risk. For more information, visit Webull.com/disclosures.